My name is Lou Harris. I have been associated with the College on Problems of Drug Dependence and its previous committees for more than 50 years. Before sharing my reminiscence, I thought a brief description of how I came to be involved in this journey might be in order. On receiving my PhD in 1968, I joined the staff of the Sterling Winthrop Research Institute, working on the development of new stimulants and depressants. In 1960, I inherited the direction of their long-standing analgesic program and instituted studies on the use of narcotic antagonists as possible strong analgesics with lower abuse potential. This was based on earlier studies in man by Lasagna and Keats. Along with Sid Archer and Noel Albertson as chemists, we chose to focus on the benzomorphan series, which was being pioneered by Everett May and Nathan Eddy, and we began a long and fruitful collaboration with them. The first CPDD meeting I attended was in 1961, when the organization was known as the Committee on Drug Addiction and Narcotics. This was the 23rd meeting and was held at the Riverside Hospital in New York City, and was by invitation only. Total attendance was 211, of which 111 were from industry. I've attended every meeting since then except for the present. The 1962 meeting was held at the Memorial Cancer Center in New York, and for the first time I presented a report on some narcotic antagonists in the benzomorphan series. In late 1965, I left industry to assume an associate professorship at the University of North Carolina, and in 1967 received a small grant, $1,450, from the Committee on Problems of Drug Dependence, which was renewed in 1968 for the study of narcotic antagonists. This led directly to an NIMH grant, neither was not yet in existence. In 1972, I left UNC to become chair of pharmacology at the Medical College of Virginia Commonwealth University. Later that year, I was approached by Dr. Eddy to ascertain whether I would be interested in setting up a second monkey dependence colony analogous to that existing at the University of Michigan. I agreed, and primary funding was provided by the CPDD and later by NIDA. The evaluation group that we established would not have been possible without the assistance of Bill Dewey, who had followed me from Sterling to UNC to MCV, as well as Mario Aceto, who managed the monkey colony, and Bob Balsa, who introduced operant techniques such as self-administration and drug discrimination. Our group then joined the CPDD testing group, which had for more than 3 decades been the raison d'etre of the committee. The primary goal of the original committee was to develop non-addicting substitutes for the narcotics through the combined efforts of chemists, basic scientists, and clinicians. A secondary goal was later gradually introduced to put the study of addictions on a firm scientific basis. While the primary goal was not completely successful, great progress has been made in the second. As with all scientific advances, it was the people involved who were responsible for the successes. The names are too numerous to be mentioned at this point.